Arsenal 0, PSG 1. Fantastic game of football. Uh, Arsenal did all they could. Normally, when you watch these type of games, you have a few errors to spot here and there. But I think for Arsenal, it's the obvious. Games like this, they don't win it. When the game is tight and you need that moment to actually win the game, Arsenal would not win. The reason is because they don't have a number 9. Today, they played everything they could. They went through the wings. They went both wings. They couldn't win. They couldn't get goals. If they had a number 9, stick it long, bring it down, the traditional number 9. If they had one, they could actually go today. I think PSG, this might come back to haunt them because PSG are used to having good first legs in the past. They play well, they win the first leg. Second leg, they sleep. They could have won this game 2-3, 4-0. Although some of the decisions are debatable because of offside and stuff like that, but they could have actually put this game to bed today. But since they haven't done it, their second leg for Arsenal to chase, and I believe that game is still very much open. Overall, good game. I thought PSG were going to break down the Arsenal midfield. They controlled the midfield. They had the PSG had the midfield today. They had the midfield. They controlled the game. Arsenal were trying to get back into the game. The first 20 minutes was one way. It was one way. PSG could have just ended the tie there, but obviously they missed a few chances here and there and couldn't capitalize on Arsenal errors. And again, I spotted something today, in case you missed it. The first goal was a rookie mistake from Declan Rice. I think he was too much in his head. The first goal, Kvaratskhelia had the ball and Timber had actually covered. Declan Rice was arriving into the box. He looked at his man. He saw that Dembele was free. He left Dembele and was actually expecting someone to pick up Dembele. I can't remember. Maybe Odegaard to pick up Dembele. And when he left Dembele, Dembele had a chance to actually score the goal. Those lead to tiny details that actually just pitched Arsenal. The first goal today was a case of good ball playing centre halves. The same thing I was complaining Real Madrid didn't have. Real Madrid tried to create from the midfield. PSG today were creating from defense. Donnarumma, Marquinhos, and Pacho, they had a lot of triangular passes in the 18-yard box. They were playing the passes, trying to link up attack. And when they play the passes, Vitinha drops deep, gets the ball, link attack, gets the ball, link attack. And Ruiz had the strength to carry the ball and run with the ball. You know, that was what Real Madrid lacked. They lacked that player who could actually have the ball, come dropping deep, pick the ball, go attack. Because they pushed because they pushed Valverde to the fullback's position, they lacked that little bit of consistency in midfield. Drop down, get the ball, link attack. Drop down, get the ball, link attack. PSG had it today. And PSG had ball playing centre halves, which Real Madrid lacked. They were able to play those passes from behind. So Arsenal had to drop deep, creating a bigger space between the centre halves and the defensive midfield. And when you have a big space behind the defensive midfielder and the centre halves, it makes it easier for players like Dembele, who are out-and-out strikers, to come in and get the ball. Arsenal were caught off position because they had to press down deep. But in the case of Madrid, because Real Madrid tried to play from the midfield, Arsenal didn't have to drop deep to get the ball. All they have to do is just push 2 steps ahead of the position. 1, 2. You're behind the defensive midfielder. They're able to get the ball. But today, PSG played it back to the goalkeeper, back to the centre halves. Arsenal had to drop 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. So when the pass came to Vitinha, it was a lot of space behind the defensive midfielder and centre backs. And this is where out-and-out strikers like Dembele thrive. They'll come down, get the ball, link attack, go in deep, arrive at the box and get your goal. Today, Declan Rice was caught off position. He tried to cover Timber whilst Kvaratskhelia was coming to the 18-yard box. Declan Rice actually saw Dembele. He saw him, but I think he thought Odegaard would pick him up. But Odegaard didn't pick him up. And before he could actually do anything, Dembele had a clear side of ground and struck the ball. This is the same thing Real Madrid lacked when they played when they played Arsenal. They wanted Mbappe, Vini, just the forward players to actually do everything. But today, PSG were able to build from behind, get the ball from behind, and score Arsenal today. Arsenal are lucky to leave the game with 1-0. PSG, from time to time, when they have this side of position, they lose the lead. So Arsenal are not out of the test. Second leg will be a really tough test for Arsenal because now you have to go out of your shell and try to win. Against Real Madrid, they had to sit behind and get the ball and try to win. Arsenal were not as lucky today as the way against Real Madrid because against Madrid, they were missing chances. The first 20 minutes, Mbappe had a few chances, a few glances at goal, and he missed it. Dembele, 1 shot, 1 goal today. And Doué and Kvaratskhelia were balling today. Timber had about 7 fouls. Arsenal were lucky not to give away a penalty. If it was the other way around, Arsenal fans would be all over the place. Arsenal were lucky not to give away a penalty today for Timber on Kvaratskhelia. That was an obvious, clear, stonewall penalty. Arsenal tried to capitalize on height and play the ball long today. It wasn't working for them. PSG struggled with a few set pieces, but The truth of the matter is Arsenal had just one style of play today. Long ball, it wasn't working. When they try to use the wingers, they don't have the skillful wingers to actually do the one-on-one situation like the PSG guys. The PSG guys, one-on-one, you're dead. Arsenal don't have that quality in their squad. Saka was completely shocked out today. He was locked out of the game today by Nuno Mendes. Another thing I actually spotted today was the way PSG were pressing Arsenal. They pressed Arsenal with 5 players, something that Arsenal are not used to. Today, for the first time in a long time, I saw Raya kicking the ball, just kicking the ball hopelessly. There was no one there. There was no Kai Havertz there to drop the ball down for you, but was kicking the ball. It was not his fault, but because of the way PSG were pressing. PSG pressed the ball so high and so good. When they press the ball, Dembele knows how to run. He knows how to track the goalkeeper. He just comes to the edge, tries to like, okay, limit you to shooting long. So Arsenal was shooting long. Arsenal don't have a bench. Games like this, you need your bench to come in to win the game for you. Comes in again what we always say, lack of a number 9, lack of a striker. Arsenal today, when the game was dead, they were not making inspirational substitutions. There was no person coming from the bench that gives you that, okay, we're trying to get a goal. Arsenal tried to get a goal today. They brought in Ben White. This is not how you win the Champions League. This is not how you win the league. You're trying to win the game today. You're bringing in Ben White to do what? Ben White to do what for you? Arsenal had the chance to bring in Rashford in the January window. They refused. Bring in Wilkins. They refused. Get some other number 9. Just bring someone in. They refused. And now they're paying for it. A game like this is not what you bring in Ben White. A game like this is where you bring in your best. Bring them in to play this game. No inspirational subs. PSG were leading the game today. They brought in 3 offensive players. They brought in 3 quality attacking players that could actually change the game for you. Arsenal were down today and could not bring in one offensive player. They brought in one every 5 minutes to go to do what? He can't do nothing. And lastly, I think PSG have the best fullbacks in the world right now, Hakimi and Mendes. When I watched Mendes against Salah, I was impressed. And I watched him today against Saka. Complete domination. He dominated Saka. Not once did he foul Saka. Not once. Saka fouled Mendes twice today. Not once did Mendes foul Saka. That was how dominant he was today. And Arsenal from the right-hand side of the pitch, nothing. They have nothing going on from there. There's nothing coming up. When Saka is dead off the game, there's nothing coming from that side of the pitch. Trossard tries his best, but Martinelli is just running. He's always running with the ball, just running. He's not doing nothing. He's not breaking edge. He's not doing nothing. So yeah, when you knew that Mendes was going to limit Arsenal today, it was a matter of if PSG were going to score, because if Saka is limited, there's nothing that can come from the right side of the pitch. And we all know how rugged Hakimi is. But I think next week they have to up the levels. They need to play better than what they did today. If they want to stay in the Champions League, they need to play better. Hopefully they don't stay in the Champions League. I don't want them to win the Champions League, but I have to be objective. They have a chance of qualification, because we've seen in the past, PSG at this level, what they did today is what they always do. You have the chance to win a game 3-0, 4-0, you win it 1-0. And you go second leg, you have to be under pressure, because now you want to attack and kill the game. Arsenal score 1, you're under pressure. Arsenal score 2, they sit behind, they win the game. So PSG today, they missed out on a big chance to win. But because of who the manager is, because I always respect a good manager, because of who the manager is, PSG also have a chance of qualification. The game is still very much open. Let's see what happens next week.